Red is truly the voice of our generation.
Welcome to our pod.
Hey everyone.
Nefarious Things podcast. You should
Episode, the big one. This episode 10.
69?
69.
It's the big one. That's what she said.
Oh my goodness.
We have a big episode today.
We do have we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have, for now, we have like a whole new segment coming up. Instead of like the movie trivia, we're gonna change it up a little bit, have some fun. And then we're gonna talk about what should we do a little haul of DVDs?
Yeah, I have a little lucky haul that we scored some pretty cool DVDs. So for audio listeners, feel free. Yeah, we will describe in our best ability, but this is a video watcher segment.
Yeah, if you guys want to see like what we got. And then we're going to be talking about our main movies. We had some technical difficulties with last week, right?
Yeah.
But we posted on our Instagram what the movies were that we were supposed to be talking about. We'll kind of go over them just like briefly today. And then we'll get into like the main movies that we watched and everything else. We watched so many things. We're going to be talking about movie news.
Yeah, we have Oscar news coming up. We have movies we absolutely hated. We have movies that are controversial that we loved. This is going to be a big episode. A good episode number 10.
A good episode number 10. Get that in ya.
Get that in ya. Should we start?
That should be our tagline.
Nefarious Things podcast. Get that in ya. Oh my god. So, yikes. Do you hear the sirens? Love that for us. Anyways, we thrifted this. If you're watching this, we thrifted this game. It's called Act 1, and the game only goes up to 1995, I believe, or 96.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing we've watched a lot of older movies.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the ones that they're talking about in here, but we wanted to bring it on to do like a little segment.
Yeah, so it's movies and TV shows, and what you have to do is they give you 3 scenes from each movie, and you have to read the scenes and kind of guess what the movie is.
Yeah. And there's like dice and like a timer. We don't have to do the whole thing.
No.
We can just draw.
Yeah, we're just gonna draw a card and kind of do that for you guys. We played 2 rounds of this last night, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, I think we have to play to 20 or something like that. Yeah. Comes with a little scorecard.
Yeah, so do you want to do one each?
Yeah, you should go first.
Okay. Let's see.
I guess we're technically supposed to act it out, but I guess
we're
we'll do it
lazy.
to the best of our ability. But some of them are not too. There's also TV shows in here too. But
okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Is it like something I know?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Life will not be contained. It expands to new territories. I am simply saying that life finds a way.
Is it like a space movie?
No.
Is it the dinosaur movie? Is it Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Oh my god. Nice.
Oh my god, nice.
Alright. Let's look. Some of these I don't really know because they're too old.
Yeah.
But
we did have some Cronenberg in there, which was really cool.
Ooh, that's a good movie, but I don't know if you've seen it. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is the one, and if you don't get it on the first try, you're a fake. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Okay. I want to like read what it says on the top, but it had been a wonderful evening, and what I needed now to give it the perfect ending was a little bit of Ludwig von. It was supposed to be an English accent, but I'm not good at accents.
Is that Silence of the Lambs?
No. It is a horror movie, I guess. Well, it's one that you know, and you should guess by this time.
A Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I knew it was either Anthony Hopkins or Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. It says he was playing street punk with a heavy Cockney
accent. Oh, wait. There was like a... What was it where she was like, and now I've got a Cockney accent?
Oh my god. Was that Downton Abbey? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let me see really quick. I feel like it was a TV show.
Well.
Okay, moving on.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun. We got 2 good movies there.
Yeah. We should definitely do that again. Oh. Okay. Nice vitamin water.
Yes, 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Yeah, he owns that, doesn't he?
50 Cent owns vitamin water?
I thought so.
No. Are you sure? Was he just like the spokesperson?
They should make a docu-series about this.
Okay, I see. He has his own. Okay, he partnered up with them to make his own thing. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then he sold it to what, Coke or whatever is that? Oh, interesting.
I know what I'm talking about all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't make the shit anymore.
No, but it's still relevant.
It's still relevant. He's still dressing up like Bizarre on.
Oh my goodness, the Super Bowl. 50 Cent reveal, and I swear to you, I thought it was Bizarre from the My Band music video, as did all Love America and
Literally,
Canada, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. Sheen.
I know, but then he like responded because he thought everyone was fat shaming him.
Well, it's not fat shaming. He looked really good. He was muscular. It's just the upside down. He gained a little bit of weight. Not fat shaming. He's still very muscular.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's a slippery slope.
What do you mean? You can't get cyberbullied, remember?
We shut the computer.
Just shut the computer off.
Turn your phone off.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, do you want to get into your DVD haul?
Yeah, so I wanted to show this little handful of movies, DVDs, because for those of you that are watching this, we've all weekend we've been thrifting, we've been doing a lot of secondhand movie shopping, and excuse me.
You're burping on the podcast?
Yeah, that was really gross.
On the pod?
I got probably at least 12 more, but I feel like these were the luckiest finds. So I'm gonna start off with this.
The coolest one.
The coolest one. This is the limited edition of Suspiria, and it's a huge cup. Can I talk?
Copy?
It's a huge copy. It has the original, the anniversary, what was it, the 25th anniversary, and the whole Goblin soundtrack, which I love, and we got it for $3.29, which is insane. And on my second channel, I'm going to be opening this. I believe it's a bunch of stills or pictures or prints, but it's still in the plastic. So I'm gonna go and really dive into this over on my second channel.
Yeah, you can find that link down below. If you're on YouTube, of course, but that is, honestly, I think that might be one of our favorites, right? Yeah,
I think this is probably the coolest DVD in my collection by far.
And she has Suspiria already, but we actually tried to watch it on our DVD player, and it was atrocious, right?
Yeah, it just wasn't formatted for a big screen, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was really formatted for like a tube TV. I don't even know what TV it was formatted for.
Yeah, it looked horrible and it sounded horrible, but hopefully this one is better. In either way, even if it's not, it's still cool.
It's still
you
really
have the limited
cool.
Edition one.
And the soundtrack, because we recently just got rid of my PlayStation, my PS3 that I've had forever, and I had the whole soundtrack ripped to it.
Oh my god, of course you did.
Also, I had Pitch Perfect ripped to it.
Adam Devine.
Adam Devine.
We'll be talking about him later.
Well, we stan Adam Devine in this house. Anyways, I found The Loved Ones, which the only reason why I was so excited to find this is because everywhere that I've looked online, they're region locked, because this is an Australian film, so it won't play on a Canadian DVD player, and this one doesn't seem to be region locked, and I'm very excited because I just feel like it's a staple in the collection.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna make fun of me for it.
Like, the movie's not bad. It's just that, like, you passed up some pretty good opportunities at the Dr. Disc to the record store.
Okay, but hear me out. Again, with the region locked thing, I ordered the Neon Demon on Amazon and it came region locked, you know? So I feel like...
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Was it good? Bye. Anyways... This was Alex's pick because I haven't actually seen the Rec movies because I hated quarantine so bad. Which is backwards, and I know that. But we scored Rec 2 in a really cool slipcover. So that one's awesome. And the ratings here, they're all 4 or 5 star.
Yeah, I think it says something cool in the back. The most frightening film of the year. You will not sleep after watching this.
I mean, probably.
I'm excited. We should definitely watch this.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how foreign films, foreign horror and zombie movies go hand in hand. They do it really well.
Yeah. Yeah, the foreign game is probably better than the American game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Next we have Creepshow 2, still in the plastic, and this was an exciting find because I have Creepshow 1 and 2 on VHS and now both on DVD.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited that you got that.
I'm really excited that I got this. I think the one I'm probably the most excited, well, second most excited about, big huge fan of In Search of Darkness. Huge fan. Big huge fan. 80s horror doc, once again, sponsor me. Love you. Anyway, this I feel like is one...
Sponsor us, thank you. We have a podcast together. Damn. Sheesh.
Anyways, Ghoulies. Ghoulies is a ripoff of Critters, is a ripoff of Gremlins and all those fun little creature feature movies. And I've been all day going, Ghoulies, they'll get you in the end. And because that's how it sounded, the guy on the preview for the movie. That's what he does. They'll get you in the end. Again. I don't know, something about these, they're in Search of Darkness. They feel like such an 80s horror doc staple. So we're gonna be very excited to have Ghoulies.
Yeah.
And this, I think, is so funny because I just looked at Alex because I don't normally look at movies. I go there strictly for the horror movies, to our favorite record store, Dr. Disc. And I strictly go right to the horror movies. And I looked at Alex and I said, let me just look at the Fs to see if I can find funny games. And I see funny people and I see funny games. For the first time, it's finally there. Even though it's the remake, I don't care. I've been waiting to add one of these movies to my collection. They're just so visceral and they're so good and they're so well acted. Both of them. And I don't know, this is one that I've been searching for. And another one that I feel would be region locked for the original, at least.
For this?
Yeah, for the original one.
Oh, for the original. Yeah, you're right. But this is cool that we have this one now.
It's awesome. So that's my little haul. If you are interested in more of that, we hauled 100 DVDs on a live stream not too long ago.
On her second channel. And yeah. Well, yeah, go if you guys like the hauls and stuff, definitely go check that out.
Yeah.
We'll be doing more in the future.
And you'll see another little mini haul at the end of the pod.
Mini haul? What are we? Oh. Yeah, true. We're sliding in 2 hauls. Whoa, should we move on to movie news? What?
What do you mean movie news? Like Oscar movie news?
Yeah.
The Oscars, my dad, today we were like, Amy Schumer is hosting the Oscars, and my dad goes, they let people like that host the Oscars? I'm assuming he means unhinged. I digress.
Valid question. Yeah, I think Amy Schumer, Regina Hall, and Wanda Sykes are hosting, which was like a talking point. Like people were upset. I mean, Amy Schumer.
Yeah, Regina Hall, I could absolutely see one time. Regina, who's the one from? Cindy?
That's Regina Hall.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Because she's in a couple of movies. One that was coming out at Sundance. But I feel like she's been branching off into different genres lately in different roles.
Yeah.
And I feel like she is a good host candidate for the Oscars. And she's funny.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think that Intercut said that like it felt like it slapped it together like the last second.
No, I absolutely agree.
And yeah, there was no thought put into that at all. And like they
but if
picked up
anything,
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, but if anything, it should have just been Regina Hall and Wanda Sykes, who would probably have amazing chemistry together. I feel like if they had them both do the whole thing, it would be better than having Amy Schumer sprinkled in there.
I agree. Somebody that I think would be good would be like Maya Rudolph, maybe.
Oh yeah,
she's a good host, I think.
Didn't her and Kristen Wiig host? That would be my dream team right there. Because Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are.
Here we go.
No, you're gonna have to cut that out. You're illegal.
You're illegal. Illegal alien.
Honestly. Didn't Tina Fey and Amy Poehler host the Oscars, or am I thinking Golden Globes?
Probably. Sure. We can interchange them if that's the case. I don't know. Go ahead, why not?
What's the ones, the TV show ones? That's the Golden Globes, right?
Yeah.
Emmys.
I don't know.
There's too much to keep up with now that we have a podcast.
Oh my god. Okay. Tina Fey. Amy Poehler Academy Awards. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Well, Golden Globes. They did the Golden Globes.
Those two. Yeah. Them two. Those two have wonderful chemistry, as do Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, and those people are recognizable and they're funny and whatever, like, and they're pretty established. They're pretty like with the establishment. They also don't steal jokes like Amy Schumer.
They're naturally funny, and they've been in roles that were unexpected. What were we watching? And I was like, Maya Rudolph's in this?
Was it The Master? Wait, no, was she in that?
No, it was just this strange small role.
I don't know.
Was it like
Licorice Pizza?
Licorice Pizza! Oh my god, good segue.
Oh yeah, we're getting into that too. Well,
I was like, why is Maya Rudolph in this?
We'll talk about Licorice Pizza in a little bit.
We'll talk about Licorice Pizza in a little bit.
We're dreading it, so it's okay. Another thing with the Oscars is that they are removing 8 categories from the telecast and doing it before and like tweeting the results before.
Okay, so my main point about this was if they were going to remove it, why nominate them in the first place? Why get their hopes up? Why nominate them? Why possibly put their movie as like an Academy Award nominee for something and then just take it away?
Yeah, like you're not honoring them, and they're not honoring like a lot of like the things that go on behind the scenes, like the crew members.
And
like,
that's why I'm so upset about the sound, because sound is one of the most important things. Did she just do some illegal stuff? Sound is one of the most important things when it comes to a movie because it makes you feel more immersed.
It makes the movie. What if the Oscars telecast didn't have a sound person and it was just silent?
Okay, hear me out. A Quiet Place, mostly a silent movie, and it relies on little sound cues to get you through the movie, and that was the most important thing. And
a score was taking out, makeup and hairstyling, documentary
makeup and hairstyling, and I hate to even bring this up, but House of Gucci. Anyways, House of Gucci, they did not get nominated for makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah.
Why would that be cut? Because that's probably the best part of the movie.
You're defending the movie a little bit? Oh my god.
Because they're cutting a whole category out.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I agree, but I feel like that was a bad example.
Okay, but it's still nominated, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, I know what you mean. Yeah, and they're just cutting, like, like, what if the people on the Oscars, what if they just didn't have, like, a makeup and hairstylist to go with the Oscars, and everyone decided to do their own shit?
You would feel pretty bad about everything if you didn't have someone putting it together for it, you know? Like,
yeah, like they're just cutting all of the
movie
good shit
wouldn't
out.
be the movie if it wasn't for the people who make the movie.
And people love the production design, original score. Like a lot of people like these categories.
Production design, Parasite,
and they literally are just like cutting out the stuff that like the people from, you know, the people that actually want to watch the Oscars, like us, like movie people. They're cutting that out to pander to like regular folk that don't give a fuck about movies. Just want it's to the people that are complaining that Marvel isn't fucking being nominated for shit. You know?
Original score. They nominate Billy. Or wait, original song. Was that taken out?
I don't know. Probably.
If they're keeping in the original song and they're just gonna let Billie Eilish win just to take out the original score.
Yeah, the Oscars, and then they even doubled down on it. They had like a meeting with all the people because the sound people, the ones for the sound category are boycotting the Oscars. They had a meeting with the Academy, and the Academy just doubled down on it. They were like, well, we'll put you in there if you just combine all of the sound ones together in one category.
Okay, but you can't do that because then you're gonna end up with a larger category because then you have to nominate different movies from different categories.
Like, it would just be one overall general sound and then nothing else. And that's like basically just like a slap in the face to anyone that is in that category.
Yeah, I agree completely.
So they're fucking up and they're pandering to an audience that doesn't even care about the show.
Yeah. No, entirely.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Well, should we get into the movies? Well, we'll talk about what we've been watching before we talk about our main movies that we watched for this week.
I only rolled my eyes because of Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, we have to talk about that one. Do you want to talk about that first?
We might as well get it. We have a lot to talk about. But we definitely, Licorice Pizza was, and I know a lot of you may come for us for this and having an opinion different than what the vast majority is, but it wasn't a good movie. Other than like some of the cinematography, it just wasn't a good movie.
I literally totally agree. I feel like this is probably, oh my god, I have 129 likes on that one. I would say that it's probably Paul Thomas Anderson's worst movie to date.
And I feel like he pandered to the nostalgia factor, and that's where a majority of the arguments come from. And when people fight back on the opinion of the opposing team to the movie, and when you say it's a bad movie, and you ask someone to explain more in depth about what's going on, they cannot give you a definitive answer.
You mean the people that like it?
The people that you've been arguing with for the past 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, look how many comments. There's so many comments.
Yeah.
55 comments. Yeah, literally everybody. The thing is like everyone just hears the name Paul Thomas Anderson, so they just like assume it's good. I can understand the shots, like the framing was good. I like the colors of the movie.
But still, a lot of the camera work felt like you were watching someone film the movie.
Yeah, it felt like you could feel the camera in the room. That was one thing. Another thing was that some of the shots were like real shaky. It felt really amateur compared to Paul Thomas Anderson's actual work. The other stuff. The Master was incredible.
Is it Philip Seymour Hoffman or Dustin Hoffman's son?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's son.
He's a little cunt.
Oh my god.
He was so unlikable. Every single character was unlikable.
Yeah, the characters were unlikable. The story is unlikable. So like the people that are defending the movie, they're basically using that like, well, like it's, you could just separate the age gap or whatever, but you can't really separate that. If you don't like that, then it ruins the rest of the movie because the movie's about the relationship.
Okay, I, as a woman, am 3 years off from Alana Haim in the movie. If we are doing the 10-year age gap, could not, even though it would be an 18-year-old, could not imagine going after an 18-year-old or anyone younger because it's uncomfortable. They don't have their brains aren't developed yet to where your life experiences are. They're still kids.
Yeah, and it's literally
even if it was as mature as he appeared to be in the movie. And
they didn't seem mature. They were unlikable, and it's literally about like a 27-year-old and a 20 or a 17-year-old or some shit.
It was supposed to be 25 and like 16. What?
And then everyone's just like, okay, like if you just don't think about that, then you could enjoy the movie.
But how can you not think about that? Just like Red Rocket, how can you not think about how strange it is and how the directors are showcasing that? And we have such a big problem with that. We have such a big problem with that going on in the world as it is, and we don't need to be glorifying it.
Yeah, and some people were trying to say like Depiction does not equal Endorsement, and I would normally say that's okay if two things didn't happen. If one, Paul Thomas Anderson didn't say this was literally about real life, and two, didn't say that, or it didn't spend 2.5 hours trying to make us like the fucking characters and make it about their relationship and
all
make us
for him to just go for the story to go nowhere. But also with Sean Baker, to like reel back to that, him saying that he's showcasing the underbelly of America, do something to stop it.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Or like, don't show it, because you're just showing how easy it is for kids to fall into a trap of someone who's older and is ready to give them more than what they're given already.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that like even if you do say like the Depiction is not endorsing it, I just feel like they did endorse it by like trying to make us like the characters for 2.5 hours. Because if you don't like the characters and you don't like the story, then how can you like the movie? Exactly.
And how, as we are watching it, we are following Alana literally watch him talk to different people and getting jealous, as we're supposed to like and feel bad for her.
Yeah. And even getting off of that, like that part of it, because obviously that's like the main thing we just like. But I felt like some of the the shots in the movie and even part of the story, it just felt like here's a scene of this happening and then here's a scene of this happening and then they just like threw it all together and then like there was no
just like nostalgia.
Yeah, there was no cohesiveness. There was no reason to some of the scenes, like where he just gets arrested and then he's in jail and then they just say nope, that's not the guy, and then send him on his way.
That didn't need to happen.
What? Like, yeah, cut all that bullshit out. They literally just cuts to that and then
put
cuts
that
to
in
them
a director's
running.
cut.
Then having like some kind of like weird fucking slow-mo running through the town, like nostalgia moment after. Like, what?
Yeah, no.
That doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how to feel.
They could have made a director's cut.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
For the people who actually care.
It's very mid-tier Paul Thomas Anderson.
No, I agree completely.
And I feel like people are dying on a weird hill.
Yeah, and we just talked about The Master. I think we should talk about Boogie Nights one week on this podcast.
Yeah, we don't hate Paul Thomas Anderson. We like Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't understand.
I have a whole collection of his DVDs. I'm a fan.
This is his worst movie, and then he just doubles down or like plays stupid in the media when they ask him questions. He's just not a good guy. He should not be answering any questions. He should be sending that to a manager because every time he answers questions, he just digs himself into a hole.
No, I agree.
Because this movie was filled with not only Asian, because
the Jew jokes,
all the Jew jokes in it, and that people aren't even talking about the Jew jokes, and there's more than the Asian ones.
The Asian jokes were atrocious.
Yeah, and there was like a white guy trying to do like an Asian accent.
Fred Will, was that Fred Will? No, it was who? What?
Fred something. Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But of all people, like he was been in so many stuff, and now to make him look bad.
Yeah, I just don't get like obviously. I don't know. Like, who... It was supposed to be funny, but, like, it didn't land, and, like, a lot of... Just, like, the day and age that we're in, like, you can't really be doing that, you know?
Especially in, like, land at all.
I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand.
And we are so mad.
The dialogue was horrible.
It took us 2 days to watch it.
It took us 2 days to watch it. We couldn't even get through it. We didn't even finish it. We got like literally closer to the end, and we were like, "This is over."
Do you know what the only other movie that I have wasted that much amount of time to shut it off only at the end was?
What?
Batman v Superman.
I didn't even bother watching that. That's crazy.
As soon as they were like, "Your mom's name Martha, my mom's name Martha," I was like, "Oh, we're done here.
We're done." Oh my god. That was probably our Did you hate that more than The Matrix? Because I feel like I did.
The Matrix was at least fun, and it was more fun to hate. Because it was at least, you could parody it so bad.
I'm just mad that this movie came from Paul Thomas Anderson, who's usually good, and can navigate like tough topics and make it make us actually like it and like the movie, make a good movie.
And someone compared it to The Master?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Moving on.
Oof. We have a couple of controversial opinions. We have like about 3 of them in the sea of fucking movies.
Yeah, so I will quickly mention we watched Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay, yeah.
Which I did talk about on my second channel.
Yep. Eyes Wide Shut. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Getting into another controversial one that we popped up because it popped up on streaming. Scream 2020,
whatever you want to call it. It was not as good as they thought it was gonna be. And to those of you who enjoyed it, that's fine. It just didn't scratch the itch that it was hoping to.
Yeah. There was no reason to make this one. I was not asking for it. I don't think anyone was asking for it.
No.
They had to do something to save this movie, and all they could think of was to kill off the best character in the show.
Major spoilers.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, spoilers. They literally killed Dewey off, and he's the best character in it.
Yeah. I don't think...
But they had to, or the movie wasn't going to work, and they still didn't. I feel like they just ruined it even more.
I feel pissed off even having to talk about this again. But I don't know. Something about this, the tone was different. The tone was off. The tone was bad. Characters were unlikable and forgettable.
Speaking about the tone, it felt like they were trying to go for a serious tone, which could be cool, but then they tried to do they tried to make it jokey and funny, but with like newer humor, which was already not landing, but then they tried to make it serious too.
And they brought Randy back for like
barely
on TV. Barely, and they made Taesa from Yellow Jackets a descendant of him, and then they dressed her like him, and then had the exact same kill scene as him, but the way that she acted it just felt like it was a part of Scary Movie or something.
Yeah, and some of the scenes, it felt comical because it was trying to be serious, but like some of the scenes were funny. I
called the killer from the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, this guy's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, he's gonna be a red herring. And I was like,
Very predictable.
Very predictable.
The humor was not good because it was updated. This movie is made for people like me and you, like older millennials. Well, maybe not older, but millennials. Like it's literally the only way it works is with the nostalgia factor. They tried to bring us in, but then they literally just shit all over us because the whole entire movie is about the jokes, the new jokes, like the Babadook jokes. What are you
Oh my god,
about?
The fucking elevated horror shit. Get out of here.
Yeah,
just leave it alone. It was so of all movies. I mean, I'm glad they did bring up Hereditary because that is my comfort movie. But
the
still,
Babadook is a meditation on grief as a single mother or something, and she's like 14, like saying that.
Hereditary and Midsommar are also meditations on grief.
Like the characters are unrealistic, the dialogue's unrealistic, it's horrible. But then like, I'm just gonna throw this in there, like the people that are dissing Texas Chainsaw, the new Texas Chainsaw, are saying the same thing about that, but like are liking Scream, but it's the same type of shit.
Which we did enjoy.
But because of the fucking massacre. There's a massacre in it.
They gave us exactly what we wanted out of a shitty story with the Texas Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They gave us all the blood that Scream promised and didn't deliver really on.
Yeah.
They gave us head smashes. They gave us limbs being thrown. They gave us an actual massacre. They murdered off a final girl. They literally did everything possible. Beheadings, everything. Even if it has flaws, they gave us everything we wanted out of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah, and I understand like people are like, well, it's like this story. First of all, Scream 2022 story is fucking horrendous.
Okay, but let me just get real mad here for a second. Let me just get real mad for all the people that are putting this movie and sorry, I don't even care about this movie. For those of you who are putting Texas Chainsaw 3D over the Texas Chainsaw 2?
Well,
I'm just mad because you know who did it and I don't want to out her on this channel.
Sarah Hawkinson?
Emma.
Oh, Emma? Sarah Hawkinson's list was bad too.
But if you think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D with Trey Songz is better than Texas Chainsaw 2, directed by Tobe Hooper, starring Bill Moseley, I think you're wrong. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're totally right. I agree. I liked 2 more than that, for sure.
2 is funny. 2 is a classic.
It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be stupid.
It is, and you have to take it as such.
And, okay, that's why I didn't care about the story in the new one, because, like, the guy who originally made it, Tobe Hooper, literally made a parody of the first one while making the second one. Made the whole second one a parody of the first one. Mm-hmm. Because he knows it's crazy and stupid and like the story, like there's no story the first one.
And the second one has like wild sexual innuendo for no reason, but it wasn't like sexual, it was just innuendo. Fun innuendo.
Well, it was just supposed to be fun. Like, it was just supposed to be a funny movie or whatever. Because this is like playing, it's a parody on the first one. And, okay, this new one, obviously the story is bad, but who is going into it thinking that there's going to be a story? Like, who cares about the story? I didn't even think Halloween Kills was a good storyline. Like, it's all bad.
It's still fun to watch because they delivered on the kills. They delivered on the gore.
They delivered in other aspects, yeah.
They gave us what we wanted. David Gordon Green, man. We got to talk about him, but we will get there.
But I thought, like, the massacre scene, I mean, everyone's talking about the massacre scene, but listen, they literally delivered. Like, it's set in Texas, there's a whole chainsaw massacre.
And even the first one doesn't have an entire massacre at once like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Obviously, some of the other parts of it were not great. Like, the story, there's no story.
Bad.
The story, there's no story. Fuck the story.
Yeah, we don't care about that. You could literally fast forward the whole beginning of the movie, don't care about any of the... become totally detached and just get there for the gore.
Even if... Though it works because, like, everyone's like, well, I hated all the characters. You're supposed to because they all die. You want them to all die. Like, it's the whole point of the movie. Do you guys watch slashers? If you guys are mad at this, then why are you watching any slasher movie?
Just like we were watching What Culture about Cabin Fever. The fucking mullet kid literally starts doing karate for no reason, yelling pancakes. And you're mad about this? Fuck out of here. Let's move on to some more movies that didn't necessarily piss us off. But we maybe still didn't like, we still liked. We have some shows to talk about too.
Well, we'll talk about that as a show, but we watched A Banquet.
A Banquet, very cool. That one I kind of wish I would have added to Body Horror Month because I feel like it was really cool. But definitely, if you guys like more slower, I don't know, kind of eerie, ooky spooky, transformation, I guess, movies.
It reminded me of Saint Maud a little bit, but it was a different kind of story, but the shots kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of our main movies. Well, another movie that we watched was Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond.
Yeah.
Doc.
Beautiful documentary. Spike Jonze. You can never go wrong with Spike Jonze.
It's about Jim Carrey on the set he was playing Andy Kaufman in The Man on the Moon. Yep,
and it just was a fantastic watch. I was in tears by the end. I wasn't expecting to see so much of Jim Carrey that I saw when I was, because I'm Canadian, I saw a lot of Jim Carrey here on TV when I was younger. Burping on the pod again. I saw a lot of Jim Carrey on the TV when I was younger because he was everywhere on the TV. So it was really nice to kind of revisit a lot of his younger days and in Living Color and things, little interviews and stuff like that. It was really nice to see.
Yeah, he's going a little off the rails,
but he is an incredible artist. He does a lot of really cool abstract painting, and I think it's really awesome.
Yeah, I agree. One of the other ones that we watched was Very Bad Things, or we tried to watch. We watched part of it. It was a rewatch for me, but Ashley didn't really like it.
I just don't like fucking Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, it's like a dark comedy. Has Jeremy Piven, Jon Favreau, Christian Slater. They do very bad things.
They do. That's yeah. We didn't have to turn it off.
Yeah, well, you didn't like it. So. That's okay. One that we really did like was The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Yes, and as I mentioned to Alex before we started filming this, a great double feature, in my opinion, would be Hunter x Hunter and The Wolf of Snow Hollow, because they both have to deal with wolves in some way, and they both have a surprise reveal at the end.
Yeah, what, you really liked it?
I really liked it. And that one has just so much good comedy, and you suspect every single person to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I think Jim Cummings is so good. He wrote and directed it and starred in it.
Yeah, he was really good. And he does have a new movie coming out pretty soon. Just forget what it's called off the top of my head.
Another one that we liked was The Quiet Place Part 2.
Yes, which I finally watched. It was a lot better than I thought. Definitely a sequel movie, but I think I liked it better than the first one, to be honest. And I like how they set it up for a chapter 3, or part 3.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, I don't really like Emily Blunt. I think we talked about that. But I did like like you said, it was a good sequel one. It was only an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I like how they gave the kids more of a role in that one.
Another one we like kind of I kind of rewatched. You kind of fell asleep, but we were watching Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
I wrote on Letterbox, why did Julia Fox have to go and ruin this?
Oh my god.
But we love Uncut Gems. It's a good movie.
Remember when he's like, holy shit, I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
That's the best scene in the movie.
And the guy's like, what? He's like trying to tell him all of
oh my god, I love that movie.
And the next one we watched was The Girl on the Train. It was a rewatch for me.
The Girl on the Train was surprising. Haley Bennett gave us range in that one.
Yeah, we think that she doesn't really. Well, she's pretty one tone, like Kristen Stewart vibes.
Even in The Haunting of Molly Hartley from like 2007, like she was very one tone in that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know she was in that.
Yeah,
but
her and Chase Crawford.
Who? Just kidding. Who's Chase Crawford?
From Gossip Girl, Nate.
Oh, that's why I don't know the name. It's okay. Go. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
The next one we watched was Girl on the Third Floor.
Okay, which admittedly I watched in hindsight, hated it a lot more than I did watching it the first time. It's a hilarious, laughable CM Punk, Phil Brooks performance.
Yeah.
Did you finish it? Because the end with like the eyes wide shut, like orgy party, all the people in the house, like what was that?
I thought if like the whole entire cast was different, like take out CM Punk, take out his wife, take out everyone out of that, recast new people because
recount the votes.
Oh my god! Don't say the vote. That was a joke.
If you guys know who Brittany Broski is, it's a joke.
Recount the votes. Stop the steal.
Oh my god.
No. So I like the effects. Like I did not hate the effects.
That's what the thing is it really gets you on the effects.
The font that they used in the movie, the artsy, like flowery type shit, like does not go good with fucking Phil Brooks. Like Phil Brooks with CM Punk,
Killswitch Engage.
Yeah, with flowers. No, not the vibe.
Not the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
Not the vibe.
Call it vibe.
Call it vibe.
I had a dream that we watched the fucking Genius trilogy, the Kanye trilogy.
I woke up and saw it on the TV and thought you watched it without me. And I was gonna get mad.
No. I was not watching that. I promise. Oh my god. Let's see. And then yesterday we watched Zach and Miri, rewatched Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Which is such a fucking timeless movie. It's so funny. It's just so good.
Seth Rogen says the N-word?
He literally said the N-word.
He said the N-word.
Shocking.
There was a lot of racial humor in that one.
We have a radio station here that keeps saying the F-A-G-G-O-T word in American Idiot.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, they just don't bleep that out. What's that about?
Anyways, you gave Licorice Pizza 1 star, as you should.
Did you? Oh my god, I just got another like on it while we were sitting here talking. Should we get into our main movies?
TV shows.
Oh yeah, we watched so many TV shows. Should we talk about Inventing Anna?
Inventing Anna. I am ADP.
ADP? Oh my god, does that hurt? I'm ADP, the clocking service. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But we are big fans of Workaholics and the Workaholics guys. So when Durs was in this, it was just like another reason to watch, I guess.
Yeah, Durs is in this. Like, what else has he been in? Like, nothing?
He's been in a lot of movies. He was in that movie with Rebel Wilson and Dakota Johnson.
I probably didn't watch that.
Probably not. I wouldn't have watched it either if Carlos didn't bring me to the movie theater to see it.
This stupid idiot, look at his face.
Yeah.
How does anyone take him seriously?
He was in Inherent Vice?
No. Paul Thomas Anderson? We have to rewatch that.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, all the other shit. Sausage Party, Neighbors.
How to Be Single, that's the one.
Oh yeah, I definitely did not watch that. You watched that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. The Roast of Justin Bieber, he was on that? We should watch that. Have you seen that?
Not all the way, I don't believe so.
That's the one where Amy Schumer's like, hey Steve-O, remember Ryan Dunn? But and then everyone's like, what?
This is why you shouldn't be hosting the Oscars.
Literally, like, what is wrong
my
with
gosh.
Well, let's get back to Inventing Anna.
Yeah, Inventing Anna was... It felt like the drama Shonda Rhimes show that I needed to, like, fill my Shonda Rhimes hole.
Like, that's what she said.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with that.
We're just gonna go with that. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I gave it a 3.5 on letterbox. There was like something that I didn't like about it was like the fact that they paid her. Yeah. They paid her money to do the show, and
she looks so smug about everything in real life.
Yeah, she totally is. They kind of nailed. I thought they nailed some of the things, like the outfits and there's certain things that they did like right to a T, but then there was other things that they fabricated that just were.
No, and it was really nice to see Anna Chlumsky from My Girl in something as an adult.
Yeah, literally. Vivian Kent, that's who she plays.
Yep.
And yeah, I just thought I like it. It was like a pretty
solid story, solid show to watch. Good Netflix. You can binge it in a couple of days.
And it's better than the Tinder Swindler.
But Tinder Swindler was unwatchable.
Yeah. TV show.
Righteous Gemstones.
Wait. Before we get into Righteous Gemstones, do you want to mention Pam and Tommy?
Pam and Tommy. We are nearing the end, right? We are, if not, it's already over, or there's like one episode left?
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels, what's the word I'm looking for? Exploitative in not a good way.
Yeah, once you find out that she didn't, like Pam or Tommy didn't want this made at all, and then they went ahead and like made it, and it's based on the guy who stole their shit and exploited them to begin with. Like, it's based on his own account and nothing from Pamela Anderson, and some of the stuff just makes her look really bad. Yeah. Even though like they tried to like spin it a little bit, like it just makes her look really bad.
Yeah, it's not.
I guess it's like entertaining for entertainment's sake, if that's what you're going for, but
if they did anything good, it's the hair and makeup, which are great, but Sebastian Stan falls short.
Yeah, I don't really like his.
He seems just like he's playing a coked out version of himself, and I don't know. I just don't. I'd like to see how it plays out, but other than that, I feel like it's really exploitative.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we're just kind of sticking in with it because we've watched so many episodes already, but
the first couple were and they're really chopping the time down on every episode.
Yeah, every episode gets shorter and shorter, which is strange.
Yeah, Euphoria has been getting really
good. We're on the last
good, in my opinion. He's kind of over it. But
yeah, some of it, I don't know.
it was getting kind of triggering for me to watch for a few episodes. I've had to kind of separate my own trauma from the show, but I think this last episode it's on tonight, so we'll have to
check back in.
We also promised, I should say before we get into anything else, that we promised that we would watch in our last pod. Good thing we didn't put it up. That we
couldn't put it up.
We promised that we would watch The Power of the Dog, but we haven't watched it yet.
We didn't watch it. I don't even know if we're gonna watch it. Maybe we will. I mean, I guess we should, but it just seems boring.
It just seems boring. Slow. Everything. By this time in the podcast, we're slouching, we're moving, the couch gets fucked up, we're already here.
Slouchy things.
Yeah, slouchy things. One Western that I really want to watch is Bone Tomahawk. But other than that, you really can't rope me into a Western.
I agree. There's that, and then we watched Drag Race. We
are so knee deep into Drag Race. We want Willow Pill. We love Willow Pill. Every time Rue does it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, stop. We are rooting for Willow. We are rooting for Bosco. We are rooting for everybody here.
Yeah.
We loved Cornbread, but Cornbread is no longer with us.
Oh my god.
I was rooting for Maddie Morphosis, but she's also been kicked off too, so it's Willow Pill all the way. Yeah, so let's finish this off with The Righteous Gemstones, which has become such a good show.
Danny McBride is truly
the voice of our generation. It all comes back to Danny McBride. David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are the two voices of our generation. They understand the humor. They understand things that are relevant. They get it.
So good.
Their humor is unmatched. They make anything that shouldn't be funny, they make it funny, and they make you just,
And the show is about like this family it's like a mega church.
They like an evangelical.
Yeah, Adam Devine's in it. It's produced by David Gordon Green, or made by David Gordon and Danny McBride. Yeah, all the cool people are in it.
Yeah, the cast is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So funny.
John Goodman and
we just finished the first season, and that season was about like Danny McBride's character.
Blackmail.
Yeah, like they're almost trying to cancel him with like a sex tape or something. Or
sex and hookers and drugs and oh my goodness. What a great show. If you want a good solid half an hour comedy, that's a good one. Speaking of half an hour, we watched one episode of Servant. We need to get back into that one because I thought it was pretty cool. But I feel like that's all for the TV shows.
So where were we? We were just getting into our movies, right?
We were just getting into our movies. We should start with the worst person in the world, which is nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oscars?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, this is about a young woman who battles indecisiveness as she traverses the troubled waters of her love life and struggles to find her career path. This one was a long one. It felt like the 12 parts, a prologue, an epilogue. I said it was more extra than Suspiria, and it was a good movie, but I wasn't that big of a fan of it. I don't know. I related a lot to the movie itself, but I just wasn't. That movie didn't hit me where I thought it would.
Well, yeah, I guess I agreed. It's like kind of forgettable, but it was alright. It was good.
The main character, the lead, Renata, I'm not sure, Renate I'm really bad at pronouncing names, but she looks like Dakota Johnson, and I thought about Dakota Johnson the whole movie.
Yeah, you said that like immediately.
Well, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to say about that movie. I don't know. What did you rate it?
I gave it a 4 out of 5, but only because like the performances were good.
The performances were really good. I would probably give it a 3 for that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it's like forgettable, so it's whatever. But
it was just so much, so many parts.
Yeah, true. Every movie is like competing to be like the longest movie in like the century.
Yeah.
Like every single movie of all time. I hate it, right? Doesn't it feel like every movie's like striving to be long?
Django is 2:45, and I'm still waiting for that one that I can sit through and not feel like it's 2:45.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the next one is Overlord.
Yeah, the next movie is Overlord.
That was your pick out of the Blu-ray stack.
Yeah, this one I've had for a while and I haven't watched it, but this one is quite a long synopsis, so stick with me for a second. On the eve of D-Day, American paratroopers drop behind enemy lines to penetrate the walls of a fortified church and destroy a radio transmitter. As the soldiers approach their target, they soon begin to realize there's more going on in the Nazi-occupied village than a simple military operation. Making their way to an underground lab, the outnumbered men stumble upon a sinister experiment that forces them into a vicious battle against an army of the undead. So we're dealing with Nazi zombies in this one.
Yeah.
And I mean, this one is just a really, if you want an action-packed movie, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was gonna do like the war scenes good, but it delivered.
It was alright. You know what? It was a very middle movie. It was a very mid. I would say I wouldn't really think about this one again, but it was pretty good.
I'm just currently looking at Sean Baker's review. I guess he loved it, of course. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it, and I thought they did like a good job with the story. It's just kind of like nothing groundbreaking happened, you know?
No, but it's one, like I would rate it a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 3, very middle, but it's one if you want to, if you're wanting a good action-packed movie for like a middle of the day movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely one to check out.
So next we have Kimi. That was our third pick of the week, where a tech worker with agoraphobia discovers recorded evidence of a violent crime, but is met with resistance when she tries to report it. Seeking justice, she must do the thing she fears most. She must leave her apartment. I hate that synopsis. That's what Google gives you when you search Kimi. And I honestly, if there was ever a forgettable movie, it's Kimi.
Yeah, it's like a bad ripoff of like a Black Mirror episode that they just did it really poorly.
Yeah.
I thought like you can tell when Steven Soderbergh directs stuff, like he has a certain like feel. Like he's definitely a director that like as soon as you turn on the movie, you know like this is. Yeah, like you know this is Soderbergh. Just like Paul Thomas Anderson. Even if you watch Licorice Pizza and you hate it, as soon as you turn it on, you know it's a fucking Paul Thomas Anderson movie, you know? One thing I liked about this movie is that it's only 89 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not 2.5 hours long.
But it did feel longer than 89 minutes.
Yeah, and it was super slow, and it's a cool concept, but they just kind of butchered it.
They butchered the whole concept, and I feel like, I don't know, this movie was just like a pandemic movie that was just released for fun. I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, they could have been way better. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it could deserve a 2.5.
I was gonna say I'd probably go as far as giving it a 2.5.
Yeah.
Also, last weekend we did a final count on my DVDs so far, and there are 730 30, not counting the, I would say about 21 that I just got in.
Yeah. It's exciting.
It's very exciting. I did random number generator, and I did 1 to 730, and I picked 412. And this is cool because we just rearranged again, so everything's in a different order. Okay, so after movie roulette a couple of times, we ended up on Saw 3, but I don't really want to go right in the middle of a franchise. And then I hit... Hello? Yeah, we're gonna dedicate this episode to my gecko. That phone call was my gecko just died. He was 9 years old.
He lived a good life.
He lived a really good life. My mom fed him everything under the sun, and he lived forever. Anyways, I feel sad.
Just bang through it.
Yeah, so anyways, when I did the roulette a second time, I ended up on Phantasm again. So I hit it again, and it was 526.
Wait, oh yeah.
So I ended up on the movie Viral, which I picked up off of Amazon, still in the packaging. It says teenage sisters. One of the girls from America's Next Top Model is in this. Anyways, they live a normal life until their small suburban neighborhood is stricken with a mysterious parasitic virus. As the disease rapidly spreads throughout the town, the two band together to barricade themselves from infection, but it may already be too late when the virus enters their home. The sisters are faced with impossible choice: protect one another or survive the virus.
Well, that sounds cool.
Blumhouse.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there.
You're probably gonna love it. I'm probably gonna hate it, but it's okay.
I feel like I'm gonna hate it.
Wait, did we say the main movie?
The main movie is Hellbender. My pick is the movie Viral.
And I was gonna do Thunder Road.
Thunder Road. That was a suggestion from Emma, Spooky Astronaut. Shout out, Emma.
We just watched The Wolf of Snow Hollow, so let's check up on more Jim Cummings.
Yep, and because his new movie is coming out, so might as well be all caught up there.
Yeah.
Recommendations. So I picked up a couple of books this past week, and I figured I would show them to you guys. Another visual thing here, but these are my recommendations for this week. Are books. I have the book for Bird Box, which I actually really do want to read because I enjoyed the movie, and I kind of want to see how different the book is to the movie. And then I found this book. It's called The Ballad of Danny Wolf, the story of a Canadian outlaw. And I was kind of unsure about this, but I have a whole true crime thing going, like a book collection. And this, it says, I'm just going to read the first little bit here. In 2008, Daniel Richard Wolf was awaiting trial on 2 counts of first-degree murder at the Regina Correctional Center. This wasn't his first time in jail. So it just pretty much goes through his life and stuff. But he was First Nations, and it's a crime story within the First Nations community. So I feel like this is a good addition to my true crime collection. And then finishing it off with one that Alex found at Goodwill, we have Stephen King Cell. So those are my recommendations this week.
Nice little haul.
Yeah.
If you guys want more hauls, go check out our second channel. And my recommendation is just The Righteous Gemstones, because it's such a good show, and I want more people to watch it and talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback on that to say, watch anything that the Workaholics guys do, because they are, yeah, this is important. They are just incredible, and the humor is unmatched.
I love it. Well,
that's all for this week.
sayonara.
Suckers.
Nefarious fam. Suckers.